Habichuela.
Habichuela. There you go.
There you go.
Come on, that's not fair. That's her Instagram name.
Do y'all even know what an habichuela is?
No, please.
It's a bean.
It's like a bean.
So you keep it a bean? Is that what it is?
Like, you know, like I'm delicious in the color of like a bean. So.
Okay. So where I'm from, people say
like
keep it a bean when they want you to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it 100.
Cool. I'm pretty honest.
So
too.
that's what I was
Is
thinking.
that AC on? Because I don't know if the
hot.
conversation got me hot.
Ooh,
I was thinking about flicking the bean.
That's what I was. That's what I thought. I was like,
I knew that was
bean.
where it was gonna go.
I was like, bean. I was like, what?
A habichuela is
was
a
like,
bean, a type of bean.
It's a type. It's the way Puerto Ricans call beans.
Yeah, habichuela.
So like Mexicans call it frijoles. We call it.
Right. That's what I'm used to.
Habichuela.
Frijoles.
Yeah.
Well, Dominicans
Same
call it
thing.
that too.
Okay, yeah.
Habichuelas.
Dominicans call it what? Habichuelas?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. That's
Oh shit.
I have my best friend's Dominican, and I should have known that.
But yeah,
So if she sees this, she's gonna hate me.
Yeah.
we got the beautiful Queen J in the
So
building.
how you say that again?
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Habichuela.
Yeah. Oh, we could just
Habichuela.
for short, chuela.
Chola.
Chuela.
Yeah, you gonna have to send me that. You know what I'm saying? Because
What?
the guy he gonna have to say that on the what you call it. And make sure to get it correct.
King Takeshi.
Oh, you're talking about
He
on
gonna
the-
say it wrong. He
Yeah,
gonna be
I
like chuela.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
who is it that does that?
Some guy from Fiverr.
Fiverr.
You know, some people that do it for a living.
Oh, okay.
Hire
Yeah.
them. But,
Yeah.
he
So
can't even
hopefully
say
he
we'll
does
make
get
it
that
right.
right.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if
We'll
you
make it.
send me the audio, he's gonna get it
What up,
correct.
Well,
Kim?
how about you fix Will's name first?
Yes,
Yeah.
when Will send me the audio, I will.
Man, I don't have to send you the audio
Send
when
me-
you can say it yourself.
You can say it right there.
We'll
And then
make
send
it.
to me.
We'll
Bam.
make it.
We'll
Say this.
make
Are
it.
you gonna make it one day? I will make it.
We'll
There you
make
go.
it. We'll make
I
it.
like that.
All right, I'm gonna do it. We'll make it.
Yeah,
Well,
good looks, brother.
Just so we can
We
tell
about
the
to do
people
this
so they
thing.
aren't expecting any music to be played today. DJ
No.
M kind of sold us short
Yeah.
by not being here.
Last
You know,
minute.
shout out to DJ M, of course.
Hey, she had to go get her coins. You know what I'm saying?
It's all
You know,
good.
she go and get her coins.
A
and what-
Millie is also on the cast, but I don't know what happened to her.
Oh,
today.
she
She's
fired.
been abducted, man.
Actually, let me not
But
make
she showed up to
stuff.
the anniversary though.
Yeah,
She
she
did.
did show
Yeah.
up.
You
Of
know
course.
With the
Of
free
course, you're
food,
gonna be
though.
there for that.
Yeah.
What did she say? She said, "I am handling business" or something.
But
No, she said she
can
had a
we-
birthday dinner.
Can we welcome the new guest?
Yes. How you say it again?
Habichuela, Alondra Marie.
One
See, we
was-
gonna have to say this.
Chola.
Introduce
Trailer,
yourself.
trailer, right?
Introduce yourself.
We're
Real
gonna say
quick.
trailer.
Habichuela, introduce yourself real quick.
Oh, me?
Yeah, who are you?
Hold
And
on,
what do you
we gotta
do?
do the what you call it?
I am Habichuela. That is my Instagram name, 2 underscores. Where's the camera? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
She's trying to
Bet.
find
Face
it.
Send me a
tag.
message.
Face
Send
tag.
me a DM.
I like to sing. I am in the military, and I am blessed to join you guys on this show.
It's gonna be
Word.
awesome.
Awesome.
What branch?
Keep talking shit,
The Air
baby.
Force.
Hey.
No, I love it. We're
Let's go.
princesses.
Damn, man, get your big ass iPad
Let's
out
go.
the way, bro.
Oh.
You got
I'm
a
so glad this
goddamn
camera's
flat
on so they
screen
can
TV
see all
and
of this
shit.
dumb stuff going on right here. You doing this facial recognition stuff?
Yeah.
I'm not with it.
I'm not your friend yet. You keep
Yeah,
failing to
yeah.
add me.
Matter of fact, I
You
need to
failing
add you,
to
bro.
add me.
All right. So, Losa, I heard you had something to talk about.
Well, it's
Losa
actually
TV.
a topic that Jen brought up in the group chat that you need to be added to, because I don't know. I mean, I think this topic is great, but I don't want to really spoil it. And I want who wants to go first before I even say the topic. Who wants to talk
I'll go
about it
first.
first? You'll go first.
Hell yeah, I'll go
All right,
first.
cool.
What are we talking about?
So
I'll
we're
do this
talking
first.
about relationships and success, and if they go together. Can you have a successful relationship and still have a successful career and
Yes,
whatever
you
it is
can.
that you're doing?
And I'm gonna tell you how you can do this, right? If you have someone that can match your mental strength and your mental frequency, and someone that can support your hustle and not get emotionally attached when it's business, then you got that's a power couple, like Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But you got somebody that, let's say, my girl she has something that she can bring to the table that I can't, right? And there's another dude that can ask her for, hey, listen, hey, I see that you're good at this and this and that. You mind if if you help me out? And if I'm the boyfriend and I get jealous and I'm like, no, you're not helping them out.
Right.
That's preventing her from becoming a better person.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if I'm like, damn, girl, go get your money. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Then if I trust her, because obviously that's my girl, I will trust her to obviously know her limits. And, you know, the guy crosses the line, cut that shit out, get the bag and leave. You know what I mean? But that's the only way I think it can happen. Long distance wise, I don't know if that was part of that discussion, but if it was
Sure.
two people in a relationship bound for success, and one person has something they could bring to the table, the other one has something they could bring to the table, and they're not in the same vicinity or location, it can still work, you know, because you're making networks in that country, city, wherever you at, and he's doing this, and then when you guys come together, you are the fucking table. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it can work. You just got to match frequency, not just
Yeah, they gotta compliment each
not
other.
dick and pussy. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So that's word of word. Just did all.
Key word though was if.
Yeah. If there's not a lot of people just get, hey, you pretty. And then, you know what I mean? I had to do that too, you know, like I had to separate that and be like, yo, listen, before we get involved, you got to know this and this and that. I'm a music artist. I need females to like me. I need females to feel attracted to me. So if you know how to play your role and know that I'm only coming home to you and this, because I know what you do for me, just know that I need them to know that I'm available, but I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to teach them the game.
As soon as they find out I'm not available, then that attraction goes away and I lose fans. You know what I'm talking about? So she knows what's up. So as long because this girl fucking waits for me hours outside the club and said sleep in her car till I get out of work, and she drives me home and then goes home. So that's no one else is gonna do that. Not that bimbo in the club ain't gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as soon as I see some girl in the club that tries to flirt, I count my blessings. I'm like, you're not her. You won't do this for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what keeps me from becoming that discipline. Keeps me from making mistakes. Because you got to remember, it's human nature to want to fuck. It's human nature, but it's discipline that sets you apart.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, King Takashi, what you think? Do you think you can have a successful relationship and a successful career?
Yeah. As long as the person compliments you, I mean,
Word.
and you know they got your back or whatever, and they bring something to the table. I mean,
Now, Alondra, what you think?
Oh, I think, you know, something really important in relationships is compromise, sacrifice, and respect. And I think if you don't have that mutually between one another, it's not going to work out. And I've been in relationships before where I'm so set on a goal and I just cannot get there because at the same time, you know, my relationship is like, you know, just as important. And so when you don't have that support from somebody else,
right,
you can't get anywhere with your own things without feeling like you're also hurting them in some type of way or that you're failing them. So I think compromising and sacrifice and respect. I mean, sacrifice is the biggest. Like if you don't love that person enough to sacrifice and allow them to have that space so that they can go shine and do what they got to do and know that they will come back to you, then what is the point of being together?
Yep.
So I think it's doable as long as y'all are both mentally on that same level. If you're not, it's not
Word.
gonna
I
work.
like how everybody throws that in as long as you're on the
same level.
Anyway, I'm going to
Yeah,
pass
because
it.
you don't want to fight. You don't want to be fighting against each other.
You don't want to be pulling.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Queen J,
Yeah, you want
how
to
do
be
you
pushing.
feel?
Yeah.
I feel like it can work, absolutely. But then again, like they say, it has to be mutual. Like,
100%.
You have to be willing to work together.
Exactly.
Because if it doesn't and you're just like on this road by yourself, then you could get to that point where you feel like, dang, I don't have nobody to like not rely on, but just to have that support system behind you. And then when you do make it to the top, everybody's questionable because then it's at that point where it's just like, oh, you just want me because I'm doing this, this, and this. And I'm
Word.
doing so well for myself. So at the same time, you want to have someone that you know is not going to flop on you or someone who's just hungry for your money.
Right.
Right.
That's so
There
true.
for you all the
Right.
way,
Find
at
that
all
love
times.
before you blow.
Right. Right.
What's that expression? You wanted to kick me when I was down. Now you want to kick it when I'm up.
Yep.
Back then
Nah.
they didn't want
And
me.
you know,
Now I'm
when,
hot.
when
Now
you
all
say
over me.
like you got to be on that same mental level. Like I just got out of a relationship, and then suddenly like all the things that I wanted just like started flowing my way.
Yep.
And it's amazing. Like once you get rid of that one obstacle,
Distraction.
distractions, anything like that, it's like you're on a roll. And once you get on a roll, it's like
Word.
whoever sticks beside me is only as long as they want, you know, the best for me. If you don't, get out the way. Like I'm gonna keep moving. So.
Right.
And y'all don't even have to have the same like career goals. Y'all can have
Exactly.
Right.
two opposite career
Right.
goals.
But they go hand in hand.
Y'all just gotta grind for each other. Like y'all gotta understand.
Right.
that your significant other is not gonna always be there for you. Sometimes they might have to do something
Yeah.
else. So y'all just have to compromise.
Yeah. Go
I
get
believe
that bag,
I
man.
believe it's easier said than done. Now, when it comes
Yeah.
to me and successful relationships and a successful career, I say fuck no. Absolutely not.
Wow.
Because your focus has to be on your number one goal, period. Trying to balance a successful career and a successful relationship at the same time, there's not enough time. There's not enough energy and focus on that. You know what I'm saying? For example, I get to play off of a good energy here because my girlfriend's on the cast. So your birthday's on July 23rd.
Oh,
And
July,
we're-
baby. That's
right.
what I'm talking about. Cancer, baby.
Now,
Cancer season.
that's a
Wait.
beautiful thing,
Hold on,
right?
We got
get to
cancer
celebrate
season.
life.
Shout out right there. Cancer season. I had to shout
Right.
that out, yeah.
So cancer season, good.
Yeah, baby.
July 23rd, you celebrate another year of life.
17, July 17th.
Right.
June 27th.
Yep.
Cancer.
All cancers.
Hey.
I'm not a Cancer.
I'm a Scorpio, so
Oh, anyways,
Sorry, first day.
You fired.
Lion
Nah,
right here.
shit.
so I made
You already
that
fired.
point to say this. We wanted to go to Tokyo, right, for your birthday. Now, if I get an opportunity to do a podcast on July 23rd, I have to say no, I can't be there for your birthday. Is that gonna roll off good? No.
Not at first, but
Right. But that's what I'm saying. If she loves me, she'll have to take that L. But at the same time, I wouldn't even have to think about any of that.
That's just
Yeah,
Right.
it's all good. I wouldn't have to think about any of that if I was single. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to
Right.
think about anybody else's feelings or anybody else's.
That's
Right.
why if they want to stick by your side, they stick by your side. I just
That's
had
cool.
a basketball tournament in December, and it was during the week of our anniversary.
Mhm.
And she was like, I don't like, I want to spend it together. I don't want to be apart. And I was like, I'm sorry, I prepared a whole year for this tournament, you know, with my team. So I went without her to spend the anniversary apart. So, and it's about, you know, do you keep pressing or do you
Right.
stick back and lose on opportunities that you know, that are coming your way?
You have to think longevity. There's always going to be birthdays, but that opportunity might never come again.
Exactly.
You know what I
Right.
mean? There's situations, there's things that people don't know about me that I don't put out there. Like, for example, I'll say it right now. I have 2 kids out here, you know, and I don't tell people this because it's none of their damn business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people will just judge you from that. You know what I mean? Females, whatever, and what the case may be with me and the kid's mom and stuff is no one's business. You know, I'm out here for my kids and that's it. So there's times where they have an event at their school, but I have to do a show, you know, and I'm sitting there and like, damn, I need to do this, but I also need to do this show. I know where I'm going in the future and I know what I want for them. So I know the connections and the things that I'm doing now, this bar that I'm opening up, is for them. You know what I mean? Something that when they're old enough, hey, you want to take over, you know, instead of me just being a foreigner out here working on base, having a boss, I can be the boss and pass down that to my kids. But some people don't see it like that. So I keep that information away from people. You know, it's none of their damn business. So as long as you get rid of all distractions, that shit helps you focus. So me moving out here and not worrying, I love my mom, I love my sister, you know, I love my dad too. But when I'm back home and I'm trying to do all these things, I got to deal with my family problems. You know, like my mom's, oh, son, you know, I've always done this for you. You should lend me $5,000. Or in the case where she said, let me get $10,000. I was like, I don't have that cash to just give out. I have that cash to invest in myself. But, you know, I'm your mother. I get that. You know what I mean? Or, oh, I'm sick. Can you bring me here? Then I have to do it. But if I want to work on myself, you have to be able to cut ties and know that, hey, mommy, you know, I'm trying to build myself here. So if I have to burden your burden all the time, then it's going to prevent me from excelling. So I moved out here too, you know, and ever since I got rid of those distractions, everything's been going up. You know, it might be a little selfish, but you need to be selfish a little bit in order to succeed, you know.
Right.
And you can't always be a yes person, you know, like yes, because that prevents you and closes a lot of doors. You say no, your value goes up all the time.
Yep. I disagree with a lot, though, that we've been talking about. I'm just not on that. I'm focused on my career, and that's it. If you want to stick around and be in the background, because sad to say, that's just how it's going to have to be. Because the kind of person I am, I'm willing to work until my eyes are fucking dry, and I'm bleeding, like, exhausted. I don't mean, we can kick it, you know, and have a good time, but in the back of my mind, I'm not going to be enjoying it because I'm going to be thinking about other things that I need to do.
What if they're all about you? Like, what if they're
We'll see in some years. You'll never know.
Right.
People, it's easier
If
said
they
than
give
done.
up, they were never meant.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm not stressing that.
Man. I've met some friends that are like, for real, like they've been by my side no matter what, and they can't if you know.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show that there are people out there. But
Yeah.
like you said, just keep on moving. Like if you're gonna stick, you're gonna stick. If you don't,
it's all about communication.
fact.
Yeah, I lost
That
a lot
too.
of friends, man. Out here grinding.
I'm
when
very selfish
when I lose
too.
a friend,
That are
if I lose
beautiful
someone that was part of like on my side, on my team, friend or girl or nothing, like it bothers me at that moment. But then the next day, I realize I went to sleep perfectly fine. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And then I
exactly.
wake up and I'm just like, whatever. You know, the only things you can control is your decisions and your emotions in life, and everything else you can't control. And when you accept that, everything seems so less stressful.
Yeah.
Because I only got to worry about 2 things instead of thinking like everyone else that they think they can control everything. And that's a lot of stress.
Right.
You're like, oh, what the fuck? Oh my God, I'm late. You can't control that.
Mm-hmm.
What you're gonna do now and how you're gonna feel. That's it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's just hard for me though, because a lot of people don't see exactly where I'm coming from. They may
Right.
see it, but they don't get it. Like Jay is great, love her to death, but at the same time, they'll be like, "Oh, you're a dickhead." If I say like, "Oh, if she leaves, she leaves," like you'd be like, "Damn, like what does she really mean to you?" No, she means something to me, but I don't expect
Yeah.
anything. Life goes
You
on.
don't put her on a
Possession.
pedal.
And if
So-
right, exactly, we're 2 separate people,
Yeah.
so we can go our separate ways. I believe destiny, time will tell. If you're meant to be, if we break up for 10, 12 years and you resurface, then you resurface. It was meant
Word.
to be.
That's pretty mature.
That's how I think.
Honestly.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot
And
of
a lot of
think
people don't agree with that though.
Yeah, a lot of people think they gotta like hold on to something.
Because they want attention.
Yeah, right.
They want that, yo, and it's like you don't need that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can, I go out to eat all the time by myself, and people are like, "Oh, well, you don't got no friends. Why you out by yourself?" I love myself.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I sit there by
man.
myself,
I like eating by
and I
myself.
watch stuff. Like, what's that thing? You get caught up in the moment.
We were talking about this on
Yeah.
another episode. I remember that.
It's so true. You know, Japanese people is who was it? I saw an old lady. I was walking behind her, not just stalking her. No, before that, I was just walking to Lawson's, and I saw this old lady. She's just walking, taking her time, looking around, and then that expression, "Stop and smell the flowers." This bitch really stopped and smelled the flowers, and I sat there. I was like, "This is the first time I seen someone act out that expression." She walked by, backtracked, stopped, started sniffing all the flowers, picking them up, putting it in her ear, and I'm like, wow, this girl loves herself. This girl loves her life. You know what I mean? And when you can be like that, who's gonna tell you you're a failure? You know, success is not about money. It's about how you view life and how you live it with happiness. Happiness is the goal. So if you
Cherish
can
in the moment, man.
exactly. So
Take time and cherish the moment.
And love yourself first. I mean, like,
Word.
Always.
it's so important.
Always
You will
love
not get anywhere.
that's because he
with
loves
anybody,
himself. That's
yeah.
why he's
That's
not.
why I say
I'm
he's
so
mature.
good
He
with
loves
being
himself so
alone. It's
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
funny.
I love
Sometimes
myself
That's
to
how
death.
it is.
Good thing she's not here, but sometimes I'll be lying to my girl and be like, she's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm busy," and I just want to go eat by myself. Like,
And it's sad.
not that I don't want to eat with
and
her.
I get that. Now,
It's not that
the
I
fact
like
that you
her
had
company.
to do that is
Yeah.
because you're thinking about her
Yeah,
feelings.
exactly.
And that is
And it's
that
not
is a
be-
distraction
It's not,
to me.
it is not
Yeah.
because
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
that.
her and I don't like her company, but sometimes I need to be by myself because if I'm always around somebody, then I lose track.
That's too
of who I
much.
am.
You lose
know what
yourself
I mean? I'm
in someone
distracted.
else.
Like I didn't know I like the crabs and stuff. You know, like the little
Crab.
Yeah, watching
the
crabs and
you
stuff.
know,
Oh.
the way they're territorial and stuff. Like I didn't realize they're what's it called? What's that shit called? Fucking their way of life. Let's just say that.
The circle of
I'm
life,
sitting there
yeah.
watching. I'm on the beach and I see this crab just
The circle of
pop
life.
up, pop down, pop up, pop down, and I'm like, what the hell is this guy's deal?
And he was checking
Yeah,
you.
and I walk around, and he's got a family under there he's protecting. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So like, I'm like, oh, that's what's up, yo. I didn't think that they would do something like that, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then as soon as I peek my head over the corner, they all just disappeared.
Yeah.
I go back up to the top and sit down, light a cigarette. He comes back up. You know, and I'm just like, that's pretty cool.
You
You know,
get
but
to
if I
learn
was
things
with my
about
girl,
yourself.
I wouldn't have seen that or
Yeah.
noticed that. I would have been like,
I'm like, babe,
"Oh,
hold my
baby."
hand.
Yeah, look
Babe,
at this.
let's
look at
do
the sun.
this.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
sun
Let's
every
look at the
single time.
sun.
It's cool. The sun is cool.
Sunset.
It's gonna be there tomorrow, but this crab might not be.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Let me learn something new. But that's life.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so success in relationships, it can be a bit rocky, but I am success first.
Right,
Relationship, maybe.
I learned
I'm
that the
okay
hard
with
way.
being by myself potentially. That's all right. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And a lot of people don't agree with that, and that's okay.
How many people quit their dreams because of relationships?
I
Right,
did
100%.
temporarily. Yeah, I didn't work on my music.
It's
for-
a distraction.
for
That's all. That's all my
3
point
years
is.
almost.
It's a distraction.
But then you get, but the person that's in that, say the person that you left, right? And if they don't have the same mentality as you, and they see you okay without them, they call you the bad guy. You know?
100%.
And it's like, why?
You know what has to do a lot
That's
of that
jealousy.
is complacency. A lot of people
Yeah.
get complacent and
You
then
get
they don't
comfortable?
understand. Yeah, and they don't understand when somebody else is like on the go. What's next? What's the next move? How can I get better? Like if you're a complacent person, you will never understand that creative person that
Right.
wants
100%.
to progress and get better. So if y'all are not there, it's just not gonna work. It's I've learned that the hard way, and it's amazing what you learn, even if it's the hard way.
Yep.
The hard
What
way.
If you ain't
do is
teen-
what's most important.
You don't get good at playing basketball back in the streets by playing people that are younger than smaller than you. You get better by playing the older, bigger
Yeah.
cats. You know what I mean? So
better, yeah.
Yep. If you ain't on Team Contact,
What are you talking about, bro? Why do you do
I
this?
didn't even understand one word he said.
So I'm new here. What is the purpose of that bill?
It's to switch subject and get back on track.
Yes.
It's for him.
It's
It's for
really
King
for him.
Takashi.
Like,
It's mostly King Takashi.
You know, people come up with like really
Good.
We don't have the.
comeback.
Okay.
That's we
We
gotta.
used to have that. We used to have that with
Oh, that's funny.
when we first started. We had the beam, beam, beam.
You talking
beam.
about with
With Mark.
DJ Zellis?
Yeah, yeah.
I keep
Yeah.
hearing his name. I can't.
You
put
would
it.
you would have
He's
loved
a
him.
good guy.
He's
Really good guy, yo.
Good.
Really good guy.
Anyways.
Shout out to him.
Team
Yeah.
King Takashi, baby.
But,
Follow me.
Distractions.
Yeah.
We should just talk about distractions because I
Like Wall
love
Street.
talking about
Oh
it.
man.
Boy.
You don't want to leave it alone?
No, we could keep going talking about this.
All right, we talking about distractions?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
Because I love Drake.
What's other distractions other than relationships or females?
Family,
breakups?
friends.
family, man.
That
Family
wanna-
definitely is.
Yo.
I mean,
Family
Now,
can
always
be a
asking for
burden.
money and
I've been
shit.
fortunate enough. I haven't had that happen yet. My
Let me-
family's very like, you do your thing.
Yeah.
I'll be right here.
My mom,
So nice.
see, Dominicans are kind of the opposite, you know, because they're really strict, and sometimes they kind of depend on their kids
Yeah.
after a certain point. So when I grew up, I didn't have heat in my house in the wintertime. That shit sucked, you know what I mean? And then also sometimes we had to eat ramen, you know, like just the normal growing up in the
Amir,
ghetto
what's
shit,
up?
right? So when I was growing up, my teacher was asking me, "Oh, who's your role model?" and stuff like that, and I was just like, you know, giving out these millionaire company names, those people that are in charge, and they're like, "You don't know them," and I was like, "I understand, but they have this, they have the mindset that I want, you know," and they were like, "Oh, why isn't your mom your role model?" I was like, "Because my mom can only get me to where she's at, and where she's at,
It's
I
not
don't
where I
want
wanna
to be
be.
there."
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so then I had the teacher told my mom. My mom was like, "Oh, so you don't want to learn from me?" And I was like, "Mommy, I love you, but honestly, I don't want to. You can only teach me to get to where you're at, and where you're at your age, I do not want to live in a house with no heat." You know, so
Facts.
you know, and she took offense to that. I was like, "Well, you know, I'm only telling you this. I love you. You know, it's just that I want to be better." You know, I want to be better than this. So you show me your circle, I'll show you your future. So if I'm surrounded by people that are less fortunate or people that are just hanging out on the porches, that's my future. But if I surround myself around business owners and entrepreneurs, I'm going to be that next successful person because you adapt to your environment. So that's why I always kept my circle with like business owners and people that are rich or something like that. Never asked them for money. I asked them for knowledge and how to do this and how to, you know, advice every single time. See, even with music artists, when those famous guys that come out here and I get the opportunity to drive them to their hotels and do open up shows, I never say, let me get a feature. I always say, I'm
I can
always like,
attest to that, too.
yeah, I'm always like, so you have any advice? So how did you, this obstacle that I'm going through, how did you maneuver through that? Oh, do this, do that. So when you go in the studio, instead of spending hours on one song, spend 30 minutes on several songs. That way you can reset your brain and not get strained off of stressing out because you'll never progress. And I was like, oh, now I've been doing that. So it's always been about relationships first for success, and then personal later. So even with my mom, even to this day, my mom took out credit under my name when I was stationed in this Marine out here. I was out here for 4 years. I come back to get a loan for a car, and they're like, "Oh, your credit score is 320." And I was like, "What the? How? I left here with a 680." And then my mom's sitting there because she was there with me when I went to apply for the loan. She's like, and I was like, "What's so funny?" And she's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you while you were gone, I put the gas and electricity bill under your name and I forgot to pay it." I was like,
What?
for 4 years, I was like, "How much do I owe?" So I called and I owed like $4 or $5 grand. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? I can't sue my mom. You know what I mean? I had to
I mean,
can.
you can.
You can.
but that's not in my culture.
You
so
can.
I had to take that L, you know, and I was
I
like,
would've
"Mom,"
sued
I was
her.
like,
I
"Mommy,
would sue
you know,
her.
that's
Fuck
fucked
that.
up
I'm like,
because
"Mom,
you're
bro, I love
old
you,
enough
but-"
to know that you couldn't
That's
afford to get your light
irresponsible.
on." But I had, at that time I was married and I had my kid and I just came back from Japan with them and I was trying to get a car to drive to Camp Lejeune. And now I had to go settle for this Nissan Maxima with an interest rate of 23%. You know, I had to check in 3 days.
what?
So I was like, I looked at my mom, I was like, "Ma," I was like, "I can't believe you did this to me." You know, I was like, "You just screwed my whole future." You know, I was planning on coming back in a nice SUV, family car, low interest, and now I have to pay the debt that you created for me. Like, that's fucked up. And like, that's one of the reasons why I kind of just came back out here and left family, because that was a distraction. If I continued to be there, I had to pay off her debt. So now I know that in America, you if you don't look for your credit score, if you don't check your credit score for 7 years, it just resets. So
Yeah.
I'm at least staying here for 7 years before I fucking trying to build my credit, because the VA home loan, you need at least a 680.
You don't need a 680.
You don't?
No, there's no credit score on a VA loan.
That was the best news I heard all day.
Yeah.
I'm about to get a house out here and build
I
one.
thought he was about to give you a high five.
Yeah.
You can't get a house out here. It has to be a U.S. territory.
Nuh-uh. They just approved it out here, bro.
They did?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
checking into
Antoine
that.
Robinson, that dude that was out here last time for the radio, he emailed me and told me.
Oh, I need to check that out then, huh?
Yeah.
So what are we? Oh, Habishuela. That's what we're calling you. Anyway, so
Javi Suela?
what do you think are some of your biggest distractions, or that have been some of your biggest distractions?
So I used to always I got in trouble like not too long ago, and my commander told me, "You are the company you keep." That was his advice. I remember he was reprimanding me, and I was really upset standing in front of him. And I said, "Oh my goodness, you're right." And he said that because I got into 2 situations with people who I thought were my closest friends, and yet they put me, or my closest people, and I got placed essentially like in a bad position, and it wasn't entirely their fault. It's just the things that we were doing all the time, like going to Club 7 all the time, and you know, fights break out there all the time, and you know, you're bound to get in trouble or get in the middle of it. So things like that. And so I realized, you know, that was distracting me from school, from my music. I started failing classes, you know. I wasn't working on my music. So literally it's like the instant I took all of that away. By that I mean them. Suddenly, like, back into school, my music started going. So I think distractions for me are people, because I'm such a people person. And when I create relationships with people, I'm so, like, all about them, making sure that they are good to go, and I almost forget about myself. And then I wind up in bad situations, you know, and then I'm like, well, it's not their fault. Maybe it was just me, because I invested myself so much into those people. So now I've learned to detract myself from toxic people the instant I feel it, the instant I see it, the instant they're distracting me from my own goals and my own grind.
Right.
And so, like,
as long as it doesn't change your heart.
Right.
But honestly, like, I'm telling y'all, I feel like I'm blessed. I got the perfect people around me right now. My best friends are all about me. We went to the Remy show, and like, I walked them to the bar, and then I went to give the DJ my music, and I said, give me a drink. But they come back, each of them have a drink in their hand, and then a water bottle for me. And I'm like, at first I joked, like, dang, y'all don't give me a drink? But they were like, no, you're about to sing. You can't be drinking alcohol. Like, we need. So I'm like, wow, like, you know, my previous group of friends would have been like, yeah, fuck it up, let's get you some
3
Hennessy.
shots,
yeah,
girl,
like,
and do this cocaine.
So stuff like that would have been a distraction. It probably would have, you know, made me.
We do not
seem
endorse
good.
cocaine.
So it's just, I think for me, it's people. I get so invested into people, and I waste time.
I can tell you a similar quick situation. I've done a lot of things for people out here, you know, and I always put them before myself, even if it's out of my way. My house is this way, their house is that way, and just to make sure they get there safely and whatnot. And I go out of my way, and then when the love's not reciprocated several times, and when it becomes expected and not appreciated, then I stop doing that. But I don't change the way I am, regardless, because in the long run, if I start mimicking their hate and their energy, in the long run, if I start mimicking their hate and their energy, I'm no better than them. But if I continue to be who I am, regardless if they're fake as fuck,
be the bigger person.
Even when that song, all my songs lately, someone called me out on it, like, yo, Will, all your songs about, you know, fake people. And I was like, you have 3 songs out that's about fake people, snakes, and, you know, all this stuff. I want all that smoke right away, all that song. And I was like, that's because that's what I've been noticing around me. There's a lot of people, even when I perform in the same room, a lot of people that I know for sure they don't like me. Not maybe because my music's different, or it's because they're just jealous of the competition or something like that. But I don't fuck with that. You know what I mean? And I notice, but I don't change who I am. I'm cordial. I'll still dab you up in your face, because I won't burn the bridge, because I don't know where you might go in the future. You might be successful, and I might need to cross that bridge too. But instead of burning that bridge, I show the same love in the long run. They'd be like, damn, Will was a stand-up guy. Why did, you know? So I don't let that change me, but I still take note. And I know when opportunities come, who I'm going to go for and who I'm not going to. You know what I mean? So
that's definitely easier said than done, though.
Yes, it is.
That's just the hardest thing. The hardest thing to deal with is knowing you can make a better point and not saying anything, just for the fact that it's not even going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's going to escalate the issue or whatever. Silence
Somebody
kills, man.
told me earlier, oh, man, I'm about to leave. Man, there's no competition out here. And I was like.
And you just humbled yourself and didn't say nothing.
Okay. Yep. That's what you think? That's cool. Or maybe you're leaving because there is too much competition. You know what I mean?
And you need to start
You want to
fresh.
go for the easy way.
You never know.
That's what it is.
You gotta leave them on red sometimes. I hate to use that as you feel me?
That is facts.
It is what it is.
That is facts.
Sometimes you be writing a whole paragraph. You know, I've done it myself. Write a whole paragraph about how I'm explaining this. I did this for you. You didn't even know. Blah blah blah. Right. And you just backspace it and delete it all.
You have to explain yourself.
Exactly. It's hard to catch yourself though in those times.
What's understood does not need explanation.
Exactly.
And some people do not know what that means.
Exactly.
They're like, what do you mean, bro? If you don't understand, you need explanation. I was like,
no, you don't.
If you understand it and they don't, but you do, you don't need to explain shit, because it's your life. What you need to explain is yourself. You don't. I don't have to tell you anything.
100%.
Exactly.
Now, what about you, Jay? Some of your biggest distractions.
As of right now, I don't think I had as nearly as much I did before I got reprimanded, because it's why I got reprimanded as well. And I was on the scene a lot. You know, I was a outgoing person, very, I guess you say social butterfly. But after I got in trouble or whatever, and then, you know, I had to do my 2 months time, that gave me a moment to just, like, sit back and just think about everybody and, like, everything that's just been going on since I've been on island and stuff, and who's done what to me or whatever the case may be. And then after, you know, I got off restriction or whatever, that's when I met Daryl.
You got it.
And I don't know, ever since then, like, life has just been going really good. Not just
I was hoping ain't nobody said that.
not just because of
that was that guy.
Not just because of him though, just like in general, because like I've just let a lot of other unnecessary people, like, just let them slip away, like they don't matter anymore. But
she's a little sunflower.
whatever, you just
Nah,
I just
look,
noticed that a
no,
lot of
she's
my,
speaking about my personality. I fucking hate bad energy, and I don't give a shit who you are
Gotta get
to
rid
me.
of it. Yeah.
And
and
if
that's
you're
saying
somebody
that
that I
your
care about,
significant other knows
you
like
gotta go.
who's toxic in your life. That shit is like really true. Cause Daryl's told me some things. I'm just like, oh, like, you know, like that's just them, no. But like, then like I think about, it, I'm like, yeah, you know, he might be right. So like, I just let a lot of friendship relationships go because I'm like, it's not worth it, and I'm like at a good space, and I don't want to slip back into old habits.
Right.
So
I feel like if you allow those people to stay and you get away with the things that they're doing, you're literally condoning their behavior. And I feel like, thank you. And I feel like,
You feed their ego.
you're feeding into it, and you're telling them it's okay to do what they're doing.
Yeah,
and
and
then
know
you
it's
can't
not.
sit there and complain about it if you're gonna sit there and watch it happen over and over again. So I learned that all of that literally in the last year in the hardest ways possible. So
What you have to say about me and what you think about me is none of my business.
Right.
exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it. I don't
Like,
even
there's
know.
plenty of
At
people
the
I
end
know
of the
that
day,
like
they
talk
don't pay
shit,
your bills,
but they don't
man.
have the balls to say it to my face, and I'm just like, I just know what kind of person you are, and I just won't put myself in that predicament. I'll just leave you alone.
I always
You
never
notice the
care.
body language. I was an MP for 7 years, right? So body language is something I pick up quick, and I can tell when someone's fake, genuine, and real, or if they're bullshitting me from the get-go. Like, even from when I first meet them, if I know what their intentions are. And people don't know that, and they think, oh, well, whatever. I'm like, no, man, I studied psychology, sociology for a long time. So when I see people come up to me that I did crazy shit for, and then they come up to me, they give me daps like this. Hey, what's up, man?
What's good, yo?
But the next,
Damn.
but the next person,
Ooh, shit, that was
they
cold.
just met maybe 3-4 weeks ago. They go like this. Yo, what's good, bro? And I'm just like,
body language.
word. That's all I say. Like, word.
Damn.
That's it. Word. Noted. Mental note. Next time, don't be like, yo, why you ain't give me that? I ain't coming to you, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't coming to you. You ain't got nothing I need. Like, I'm not the type of person to be like, you're gonna come to me. But if you fuck with me, you'll come to me.
Right.
And I'm gonna keep coming to you if I fuck with you and I feel the energy real. But as soon as I feel it off, I ain't going up to you first. I want to see if you fuck with me. If you don't say what's up to me, then I know you don't fuck with me. You know, and there's several people that I've seen several events, all these events that we've been seeing each other. I've seen people that are just like that. I'm just like,
Damn.
yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can agree with that. I put out a post on Facebook. I don't know if y'all seen it, but I was like, if I've distanced myself from you, it's because I noticed the energy is bad. That's it. Now, I said if the shoe fits, wear it. That wasn't for everybody, but
No.
the people that I haven't spoke to in months, they was
Bro.
like, yo, bro, we good? Everything all right?
Yo,
Like,
for
hey,
real?
that's your
That
conscience.
song
I never said
performed-
that.
that song I
nice.
performed-
I didn't say a name.
What was
You
my
know what I'm
lyrics
saying?
in that song, Swerve? I said, if the shoe fits, get a fitted to match.
Yep.
You know,
Lace that
and
bitch
it's
up and
true
wear it.
shit. Get a fucking fitted, man. You want to match with that fucking fake
Like, the
energy.
fact that you had to reach out to me is a red flag to me
Right.
in the first place. My day ones know what's
Damn.
up.
It's a red
My
flag
day
in
ones know what's
Yo,
up.
what's up, bro? You know, I'm still here for you, right?
Hey,
Like,
bro, I
wow.
seen that post. You talking about me? I
Damn.
guess I am. I guess I am, bro.
That's
I
how
don't
you,
even
that's how you
respond,
find
though.
the snakes too, man. Like you find the snakes, it's crazy. This reverse psychology. It's not even. It's called reverse psychology, I think. But it's like
Wait, which makes it.
it's.
Well, hold on.
You tried to break it down.
It won't make it a 360. A reverse is
Just
not a
had a
360.
Queen J moment.
Oh, so I should say one.
Wow, you know what?
Right. So this thing is,
Ping
it's
pong
like
show.
you put out something that people all can relate to, and you put a little twist to it. And when you do the little twist, the people that are snakes, they're gonna respond. You know what I mean? Even if it's not true. And then they'll start spreading that. Yo, I think Will did that. And then somebody else will come up to you, not the person that's the snake. Somebody was like, "Yo, I heard you're not fucking with this person no more." Who said that? Oh, he came up to me. Was like, "Word."
Crazy
I was
rumors
like,
come out the
"Oh,
woodworks.
I
You're like,
guess so,
dang.
man. I didn't know, man. I was just venting in general.
Find out stuff
But
you
if
didn't
it
know about
fits.
yourself.
It's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
know
hate
what it
that.
is?
People send the eyes
People
now.
pretend well.
That's what it is.
Generation, people pretend well. And it's crazy, man. The same way now, this generation, being polite, you can't be polite no more because they consider it flirting. Girls can't be like, hey, nice, how you doing?
Yep.
I'm that type of person. I go up to a girl, I don't want nothing with her.
Exactly.
Hey, how you doing today? Oh, leave me alone.
Yep.
Nigga, I'm just trying to be human.
Right.
I'm just trying to be a human being. Like,
But at the same
Amen.
time, there
Amen.
are some dudes like that. So, you know, maybe it's
that's
just
what I'm
it's
saying.
always dudes
But
like
that's
that
what I'm
coming
saying.
up.
We've
so
been
they
conditioned that being polite is not considered flirting. Before it was never
What
like
happened
that.
to chivalry?
Okay, but here's the thing. So my friends always kind of get to me because they say you're too nice when people come talk to you. They're gonna try to hit on you. They're gonna try to get your number. I'm like, I like to give them the benefit of the doubt because if they had the courage to come and say what's up, I'm gonna be sweet to you and say what's up back.
Right,
However, once I get a vibe for what you're what's it called? What you're trying to
Intent.
do.
What your
Your
game
intention
is?
is.
Shoot your
I'm
shot.
gonna be
How
like-
about this
I'ma be
guy?
like-
Hey, what's up, girl? Hey, what's up? Chilling.
Boom, conversation.
Now it's
over.
like awkward pause.
Hell yeah.
And you're like,
So-
okay.
So
Oh, what are
usually,
you doing?
if they're just like, "How are you doing? Can I buy you a drink?" I'll be like, "Sure." Small talk, whatever, and then
I never
the
asked them to buy a
conversation
drink.
is over. If we dance and we click pretty good, and they're like, "Can I get your number?" I'll be like, "I'll give you my Snapchat." But then like that's it. And
Look
then
at his
usually-
face.
Listen. However, because on Snapchat, I can just be like, decline. No, listen. The point is, a lot of the times, however, I have had it go the wrong way where they don't know when to stop. And if I say, like, if I'm being straight with you and I turn around and I don't want to have a conversation anymore and they get upset at that point, then I get rude and I'm like, okay, we're done. Like, conversation over. Because you clearly
Yeah.
took my
I made that
kindness
face
for granted.
because-
Like, so, but I have seen some girls that are really, really rude right off the bat, and sometimes the guys don't have.
They just
a
give them
bad
that look
intention.
like back up. Like,
Oh yeah, they think they.
buy me a drink.
Yeah, they think they up here. You gotta bring them down here.
Why would I buy you alcohol?
Oh no, I kind of like that.
What?
I like the rude girls.
Yeah, me too. I like them too
Yeah.
because I like to
Y'all
bring
like
them
a
down here though.
challenge.
I like a challenge. I'm not gonna speak for everybody else, but I like a challenge.
I leave
I
them
was-
on a little
Have you
bit,
ever
and then I
snapped
don't
on a girl?
respond to the Snapchat, and then
Snapped on her,
and then
like,
I see
just
them
went
again
off?
the next week, and they're
Nah.
like, "What happened?" I'm like,
I did, and I felt like shit.
"I'm
after
not
that.
interested."
They didn't
Why?
run.
Because it's not me.
I just tell them
So,
I'm not interested.
This girl,
From the get go,
Yeah.
the girl told me I wasn't shit.
Well, even
Because
if I wasn't, because I
drink.
don't like.
And I told her,
I don't like that. Like, I don't
bro.
like dudes who
and
try
then
to
what
hit on you
happened
at
worse
the
was when
club.
she was
I'm just
drunk
like,
and she
I
turned
already know
around
what your intentions
and
are.
she
You-
tripped
you-
and fell because she
club
was
is a
drunk.
mingling
And I was
ground.
like,
Right.
So
"Who's the
I know
lame
you don't
now,
want nothing.
bitch?" You know, like it was just that perfect timing. I felt like shit
What's side
afterwards.
talk?
Oh, sorry.
That's good.
Anyways,
Now there's not enough talk. What the fuck?
Exactly.
yeah, I don't like. Well,
You're like the king of side talk, though. So
No, I'm not.
You can't talk.
This motherfucker saw a flashlight. He was like,
Cause I get paranoid. Yo, I get paranoid. I start running when I see flashlights, yo.
no.
I
But
do
it's
this.
true. Distraction. This was a good topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really good
Distractions,
talk.
yeah, definitely.
Because that's the thing that prevents people from succeeding.
Also, being aware of something being a distraction. Like, I feel like sometimes you don't realize that something's distracting you. And that's happened to me a lot until that thing, until that thing or relationship is over. Then I'm like, dang, I could have done
Stigmatized.
X, Y, and Z. And I didn't.
That's-
and then I'm like mad at myself for not even paying attention to
It's
that.
good, but it's also a problem too.
What
I'm
is
very self-aware, and I know when something's a distraction. And when I bring it up, then it becomes problems that
I
I would.
swear.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, I'm gonna distance myself from you, and they're like, well, no, you don't have to do that. We're good. Blah blah blah. It's like I notice I'm feeling different in
That's
myself,
really good.
Right,
That's
right,
a
right.
so I
blessing.
need to distance
is-
myself.
yeah.
Don't take it personal. But I realize that something is going
Nah, it's
on
not
different
right.
up here,
That's
and I
just
need to just
self-discipline.
kind of,
Yeah.
re-gauge, reset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if
Man.
not,
Everybody doesn't like that.
you
though.
keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed.
Yeah.
Snapchat one, that one just got me.
I'm weak as hell when I fall in love though. Like I'm like googly eyes over this person, and if it's good, it's good, and then it's like nothing else matters, and it's terrible. So
You know, when-
self-discipline is something I gotta teach myself.
Yeah. Self-discipline is a motherfucker.
So our sponsors, we always forget them.
Wink
Yes.
King.
Yeah,
Wing King. Hey, hold on.
I just
And then
realized we
also-
got 2 minutes left, so
Oh, shit.
Shout
That
out
was
to
fast.
Lumpia Lady.
oh
You know what I'm
word.
saying?
Oh yeah, you know I
Lumpia
actually
Lady,
didn't
we-
get to have some. I was really
Yeah.
upset.
So if you have a group or a going away, something like that, hit her up. Make sure you hit her up.
Yes, Lumpia Lady.
Oh, I need to
Yes.
talk to you about the Wing King and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, I got a music video shoot on the 21st, and I need a Wing King special, that little banquet thing.
Oh yeah, I can make that happen.
Bet.
We
It's
make
on the
that happen.
21st. And if you guys want to come, it's going to be lit. We're going to
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a whole
we
bunch
in
of
there.
car meets.
We in there.
The car guys, the drifting. The song I Feel Alright. And they're going to be The whole scene is gonna be the car
Can I
scene.
be in one of the cars?
Yes.
Can I
Hell
be?
yeah.
Can I
But
be one?
I got the craziest idea for this scene. They're gonna do drifting around me while I'm doing my verse, and the drone is coming like,
You're crazy.
Yeah, that's dope.
You're
That's dope.
trusting. You're trusting like hell.
bro.
Yeah.
I got
You
the
see
only
all
thing.
The time, people make it look
Yeah,
like
the
I
only
see
thing.
a lot of wrong with
The
it.
only thing, but I'm gonna put it in slow mo too, so like it's gonna look crazy.
Yo.
But I'm only thing I'm scared of is sharks.
Oh, you
I'm
be
not gonna
good.
lie,
You
I'm
be
scared of
good.
fucking
You're not scared
sharks.
of the cars like fucking up.
Coming
Look,
like
all I'm saying is I wish you the
sideswipe
best.
you.
That's just
You
gonna
gonna be
come,
there.
That's just gonna come
You gonna
out
be there,
great.
bro.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
I'm
be
gonna be
there.
a little bit
Nah,
away.
I'm gonna have you have a pulley on me, so in case you see something, you just pull it. I jump
I'm
on.
gonna just have to run and tackle you or something, bro.
Oh, hi. Hey,
what's
ladies.
up?
Hey, I want to say July 8th, I'm shooting a music video also. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Don't forget
Yes.
your other sponsor as well, Cafe Orleans.
Yeah, Cafe Orleans. Sorry
Oh my
about
God,
that. My
place
bad.
is bussin'.
Yeah. We have to go there
I
again.
love that place.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I will
the
be at
black and chicken
Flagos
sandwich.
tomorrow.
At who?
Flagos.
What's
Flagos.
Flagos?
Follow me on Instagram. I gotta throw a
Fugo.
plug.
Go ahead.
Fugo,
Plug it.
Fogo,
Spell it out for him real
Fugo.
quick.
Fogo.
Fogo. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. You know
I don't
what
know
I'm
how to
saying?
spell. Yo, my English is not my first language. I'm like,
What? Spell what out?
What?
Habichuela.
Habichuela.
HABUEL.
No.
You
You
messed the
already messed
I.
up.
Y'all already messed up.
We got 10 seconds.
HABICHUELA.
Hey,
Hey,
Two
we in the
underscores.
points. Yeah.
let's go.
King talking shit, baby. We out. Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yo, I'm proud of myself for like